Welcome back to the video tutorials Excel 2013, day 5, exercise 2. Okay, absolute and relative cells. Understanding absolute and relative cells. Okay, I already have a spreadsheet here, okay, that we're going to be using, okay, to get an example. Okay, you can use two types of cell reference in Excel to any 10 formulas, or let me go ahead and change that. 2013. Basically, relative and absolute cells, okay, reference. Okay, we will see that available on pretty much any version of Excel. Okay, 2013, 2010, 2007, 2013, etc., etc., etc. Okay, now relative and absolute references. Okay, using the correct type of cell reference in formulas ensures that they work as expected when you copy them to another location in the worksheet. Okay, formulas and functions are the most useful when using references, so you need to understand them. Okay, now for example, right here we have this little table. Okay, let me go ahead and just mark this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and create an outside border. Okay, so this is one example. Okay, where can we use the cell reference? Now this particular example, okay, let's say that we are gonna be a retail store. Okay, now we have a cost of a product. The product we pay 53.75. Okay, we need to find out the markup. Okay, now the markup up here we have that it's going to be 25%. Okay, now to get the markup, I'm going to start into that cell B10 equals, and then I'm gonna multiply. Okay, A10 times my 35% markup. Because 35 markup, see, that's the money that we want to make out of each of these items that we are going to be selling. I want to make 35% of what we paid. Okay, now when we hit enter, there's my markup price, 18.8125. Anytime that we get more than two decimals, okay, in Excel, okay, just bring your pointer into the general group for the number group, and right here we have, see, the increased decimals and decreased decimals. It's gonna click 1, 2, and the decimal is just gonna be running to the next 10. Okay, so there it goes. Okay, the markup is gonna be 1881. Okay, now from here, okay, I'm gonna use another sample. Okay, now in this case, what's gonna be the retail to the public? Okay, I have my formula equals 810 plus 1881, which is the money that we're gonna make. Okay, now the retail price is gonna be to the public is gonna be 72.56, and that's gonna be including the 35% that we are gonna be making, okay, out of each of these items that we sell. Okay, now look, right here we already have a formula. Okay, now from here I'm gonna say, okay, I want to copy and paste the formula. Okay, so here's the cell, we already have a formula, so I'm gonna be using the copy command. Okay, once I click into the copy, hold on 1 second. Once I click into the copy command, okay, these wavy lines are gonna come up. Now I'm gonna select a range where the formula is gonna be pasted. Okay, now when I come up here into the paste field, okay, we have quite a few options. Okay, so I'm just gonna be using, I'm gonna paste the formulas. Okay, now right here I'm gonna use paste, and to get rid of those wavy lines I'm gonna use escape on the keyboard, and there you go. Okay, we copy the formula, but we are not using an adjacent cell. Okay, this particular cell that we're using right here is H7. Now when I click into the other cell, see, and I'm gonna click into the formula bar, this is what happens when we copy the formula. See, Excel is trying to add A11 times H8. So A11 is correct, it's the next price below, but it's using H8, it's moving into the next cell below the 35%. Okay, so this is a great example of the absolute reference. Okay, if we hit enter, we're moving to the other cell, and again, see, Excel is moving into the next cell. Okay, now during the webinar, how can we correct this problem? Anytime that we are going to be using a specific cell, that is going to be use on every single formula, okay, we need to go into the formula bar. Now on the keyboard, if you guys press your F4 key, the F4 key is what it's gonna do. It's gonna be applying, see this dollar sign before the H and after the H. And what that's gonna do? Once I'm done, I'm gonna hit enter. Now look at the difference when I copy the formula again and I paste it into the other cells. Okay, now I'm gonna paste the formula. This time I'm gonna correct the correct numbers. Okay, now again we're getting 4 decimals. Anytime that we get more than 2 decimals, we're just gonna round it up to the next 10. And all we need to do is just use the decreased decimal. There it goes. Okay, so now when I click into one of these cells and I come back into the formula bar, see, this time I have the correct cell, the correct formula. A11 times H7. So this is the dollar sign before and after the H, see? It's telling Excel that we want to use, okay, this cell reference, okay, this absolute reference, which is a 35% on every single formula. There you go. And that's going to work exactly when we copy a formula. Okay, there it goes. Okay, now right here we have another formula. In this case, we just have an addition, right? We did the formula, we just want to add, the cost plus the markup. Okay, now in this case, okay, again, I'm going to just copy. I'm going to bring my pointer and select, I'm going to select the range where I'm going to paste the formula. Okay, so drop down arrow because I want to paste the formulas, and there you go. In this case, it's working perfectly. Why? Because this is a relative cell reference. It's just using the consecutive cells way down. I'm going to hit escape to get rid of the wavy lines. Now right here again, we have more than 2 decimals. And again, we're going to round it up to the next 10 by decreasing decimals. There you go. Okay. Now, when I click into this cells here, we didn't use the dollar sign in this case because, see, these are relative cells. See, the cells are adjacent. See, those two cells, A11 plus B11. Okay, this is another cell. So anytime that you guys have, okay, consecutive cells and copy the formula, okay, that's no problem. That's a relative cell. But anytime that we're gonna use another cell into every single formula, okay, which in this case is the markup, because we want to copy the formula, see, we must go into the formula bar and apply the dollar sign before that particular column, which in this case is H. When we click up here, we just use F4, see? Okay, that was the original H7. When I click on F4, it's going to add the dollar sign before and after the H. And that's going to make that, see, a cell reference. That's going to be our cell reference that is going to be used into every form. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Another sample here. See, for example, right here we have 102. Okay, let's say that right here I'm gonna use a formula. Okay, equals 100 times 2. When I hit enter, I get a 200. Okay, now right here I'm just gonna go ahead and type in some numbers: 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, now in this case I wanna copy that particular formula. I'm gonna go to copy, and then I'm gonna select my cells, come back to the paste options, and then I'm gonna use the formulas, copy the formulas. See, in this case, because every cell, see, in this case, it copies the formula correctly. Why? Because it's just going down. See, these are relative cells, consecutive cells, so it's giving me the correct numbers. Okay, but like in this sample, if I want to use only one cell into every single formula, we must apply that into the formula bar, dollar sign before, dollar sign after. Okay, and thank you. Thank you. That is the absolute and relative cells. Thank you. Until next tutorial. Bye bye.